Vacant president?
Adrian.
Present.
Wilright?
Here.
Hansen?
Here.
White?
Here.
Jones?
Proxy.
Brown?
Here.
Lovett?
Here.
Sid?
Here.
Martel?
Present.
McMurtry?
Here.
Duncan?
Here.
Senators Baker?
Proxy.
Wilright?
Here.
Hansen?
Gabriel.
White?
Here.
Jones?
Here.
Brown?
Proxy.
Lovett?
Here.
Sid?
Proxy.
Martel?
Proxy.
McMurtry?
Here.
Duncan?
Here.
Execs, Treasurer?
Here.
Secretary, EVP? IVP?
Here.
President?
Here. Okay. Meeting minutes from last week.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Yay. All right. So, quick reminder for all SA officers, next week we're going to do our SA in a year review. And so you should be meeting with your respective groups, so your committees or your best practices, senators, presidents, etc. And making just a few quick slides to talk about what you did. And so we can all celebrate it, and then we can have fun at changeover after spring break. Cool. Any questions about that? Awesome. All right, Nathan. Do you want to talk about elections?
I would love to talk about it. So hopefully you all saw the email I sent out earlier today. It was brought to our attention on Sunday after results were released Saturday night that some alumni were able to access the general elections ballot. By having Racine send us the data of which NIIDs voted in the elections, the NIIDs aren't tied to the ballots that they submitted, so there's no way to see who voted on what, but we are able to see which NIIDs were used, and we were able to ascertain that 12
alumni.
Yeah, 12 non-undergraduates voted, as well as 2 voters were able to vote twice. I'm not exactly how that even works, but so obviously that poses issues for the legitimacy of the results of the election. So we're currently trying to see what we can do as far as handling this. There's already contention that's being brought to your court that could possibly result in redoing the elections. And we're already considering redoing the elections ourselves, but we want to see first exactly what, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. If there's possible elections that wouldn't really be affected by the tampering with the election, we're hoping that we don't have to redo those. And we're currently looking into a system that would prevent any future violations from being committed. So we've heard all your concerns. We know what's wrong with the system. We've been working all weekend, I assure you, to try to ameliorate the situation. So if you have any concerns, please let me know or anyone else on the elections committee. Everything that we've done up to this point is a matter of public record. And so if you have any questions, just let us know. But we assure you that we're working on it, and we'll be getting you information about how we're going to proceed as soon as we have it.
With regard to the challenge currently before the university court, it is the determination of the parliamentarian that there is no procedure in the current constitution to handle this challenge. The Senate has ratified a proposed new constitution. Because the election is in question, that remains a proposal and has not taken effect. However, with unanimous consent, I recommend that the Senate instruct the court to proceed with the challenge under the procedures in the proposed constitution, using the rules with regard to elections in the current constitution and bylaws.
Does anyone have any questions about that proposal? So basically, there is no procedure in our current constitution to deal with the fact that our elections are being contested right now. Which means that if we don't pass something like this, then there is literally no procedure. And I don't know how anything will come out of it. So if you have any questions, please ask them now.
When there is a procedure, then you want.
Yes. That's why we're trying to pass the new one.
What is a procedure?
Would you like me to read the pages and pages and pages of it?
What a quick summary.
It's on okay, so essentially what happens is there's an investigation which involves the court obtaining statements from anyone the court determines to be of interest, as well as putting out a public request for statements. The entire process is public. There will be an open public hearing with closed deliberations. An abstract will be prepared and the court will publicly present its abstract, which will contain the reasoning for its decision. With regard to the hearing, the court may call witnesses to be present at that hearing. The court may also use written statements instead of having people appear in person. And there's more details, but that's the gist of the process. The court will gather information and will make a ruling using the current Student Association Constitution and bylaws as its governing authority.
Can we get a motion to vote on that?
Motion.
Second. Can we do roll call vote for this one?
Yeah, my man. Putting it on. No, I can do it.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry, my computer is out of commission. Alright. Okay, President Baker. Aye. Will Rice.
Yay.
Hanson.
Yay.
Weiss.
Yay.
Jones.
Yay.
Brown.
Yay.
Lovett.
Yay.
Sid.
Yay.
Martell.
Yay.
McMurtry.
Yay.
Duncan.
Yay.
Senators Baker.
Yay.
Will Rice. Hanson.
Yay.
Weiss.
Yay.
Jones.
Yay.
Brown.
Yay.
Lovett.
Yay.
Sid.
Yay.
Martell.
Yay.
McMurtry.
Yay.
Duncan.
Yay.
Execs. Treasurer.
Yay.
Yay. EVP. IVP.
Yay.
All right. It passed.
Okay, great. Good stuff. Does anyone have any other questions about the elections? If anyone asks, let them know that right now we're deferring to the U-Court process for how to proceed with the elections. If it is determined that a new election has to be done, we don't know what the timeline will be, and it depends on how fast the U-Court can get back to us. But we would hope maybe in that case to merge the IVP special election with the general election to minimize the number of elections we need to go to.
Regardless, the IVP election will still be going on.
Yeah,
next
regardless,
week.
IVP will be next week.
Yeah.
You have a question?
So IVP will be next week, and if general election
If we're able to get
merges
it,
with that,
yeah.
it'll be next week as well.
Yeah, if we're able to get it done in that time frame, which is a week, so we don't know.
And will, how will campaigning work? Will people
Simultaneous, probably.
campaign?
It depends on how fast.
Again, or
So it
Yeah,
depends
well-
on the ruling that the court provides. The court will provide instructions for how to correct the problem. If the court determines that a new campaigning period, a new submission of petitions is necessary, then that'll happen. But one outcome could be that the voting just happens again. With campaigning simultaneous to voting as is.
So do we not have a new president yet?
Not yet.
So I'm still president.
She's still president, no change March.
Yeah, so I would be president until March 10th anyway.
I guess you can't graduate.
Move to.
4 years.
Oh, we need that.
For voting members, that was the last thing on our agenda. So for voting members, we need to stay back. We're gonna have a closed meeting to vote for the Mentor Recognition Award. But other than that, are there any other announcements? Yes.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's the home baseball opener at 4:30 p.m. and if we win, it's Coach Graham's 1,000 point.
This is actually a topic that I'm like,
I guess so.
Okay, I take it back. Oh,
Because otherwise it would be longer.
okay.
We can maybe do next Monday and then just,
Next Monday. Is that okay?
can we try to make it early on this one? Yeah. and then-
All right, spring elections petitions are going to be opening Wednesday. Yeah, there's another round of elections. This is awesome. What's on it? It's like honor council.
It's honor council and then anything that wasn't decided in the general election, all those systems
Yeah.
say you kind of have to have it after.
Yeah. We take it back. There'll be an email about it.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I think much later.
We were.
Yeah, so honor
they
council
could
requested
be.
that they be pushed earlier. There's no constitutional time frame, but it still has to be after the general election. So if we have to have another general election, that has to be pushed back. So we can't decide on that yet. So never mind. Yep.
For clarification on the general election redo, if we do that, would it be everything again, or only those which are like close enough to have been affected by
That
that?
will be determined by the university court based on its
Oh, yeah.
consideration of the rules and the challenge before it.
So we don't know. Any other questions? Cool. Can we get a motion to adjourn? Motion. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed?